Hello everyone, my name is Tommy and welcome to the bullshit of Paw Patrol. Now yeah, it sounds confusing and mostly my opinion is going to be thrown to the wind because who really cares about Paw Patrol? It is a kid's game. Now before we do get started, I did try to make this video before, but unfortunately the video got corrupt and now I have to redo it. But with me having to redo it, I've discovered a few things. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with the bad one. Also known as Paw Patrol, the movie, the video game. However, I don't care. Alright, starting off with the bad one, I have a few things to note. Now immediately, as soon as we get into the game, we have an issue, and that issue is loading times. For a kid's game, this game loads like garbage. It takes way too long to load into missions. It takes way too long to load out of missions. And let's say, for example, if you're doing some sort of mini game or even a mission or mini game inside of a mission and you miss a pup treat and you're trying to collect them all, there is no restart button on the mini game or the mission or anything like that. So you have to load out of the game, which takes way too long, to load into the game, which takes way too long, just to miss it again, which takes way too long again.
Paw Patrol, we'll be there on the double. We'll be there on the double.
Now let's get into that minigame I'm talking to and I'm referring about. We're talking about the Subway Surfer-like minigame. Now both of these games have it, but let's talk about the movie one first since we are talking about the movie. Now, this minigame at first seems not bad. You know, it shows up in the first mission and you're like, oh, it's a Subway Surfer. Oh, I have to get all 200 or 250 collectible treats on this Subway Surfer-esque game without missing. Now, my first initial reaction was, well, I hunt achievements. That's why I'm playing this game. I lean forward and I try hard and I get it all, and it was a pain, but I got all the treats, whatever. And then playing the second mission, the same minigame was there. And it was in the third and in the fourth. And out of all the missions, they're in every mission but like one, maybe two. I don't remember. And, you know, that's not bad. You know, you're like, okay, once a mission, whatever, sure. But if you miss it during the minigame, you do have to restart the whole mission. And the last minigame is at the end of one of the missions. So you have to complete the whole mission and then do the minigame. If you miss one during that minigame, you got to redo the whole mission. Because there's no restart on the minigame. There's no restart at a checkpoint. There's none of that. Now, that's okay. You know, sure. It's that's campaigns. Let's ignore that. Let's go to minigames. There's minigames. And in the minigames, you do have to collect all these treats. And there's a minigame called Time Trial. And in this Time Trial, it is just the Subway Surfer-esque minigame. And there's 3 levels, you know, and I thought, oh, easy. I was like, did mission 1, mission 2, mission 3. And as I'm playing it, I'm realizing there's 30,000 treats I have to collect. Where's the other treats I'm missing? I'm towards the end of the game. I'm almost done, so I look it up. And it turns out that all 3 missions of the Time Trial, there's not 3 missions. No. You have to play the game, the minigame, with each character, which there's 8 of, I think. And each character has 3 levels, which means there's 24 times you have to play this Subway Surfer-esque minigame, which means you have to endure this pain of collecting all the treats on 3 levels 8 times. And you begin to lose your mind. And I will say this. It changes. It does change. All right. I'll give you that. It changes on difficulty because like I played the Bulldog and he's okay, but it really comes down to Chase being an absolute ass of a dog and very quick. And since he has a fast car, it makes it harder, but you know, you can push through that. And if you're good, you got it. All right. Yeah, sure. You got all the others. And then you get this helicopter one. I think her name's Liberty. Liberty takes to the skies, and I gotta be honest, in her helicopter, it is the worst. It is just the worst. And that one just sucks. But there are ones, such as the garbage can one, where you don't have to collect any pup treats. There's like normally 20, 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever, however many. You just collect garbage cans, which makes it significantly easier, and it's like less stressful. So there are easy ones. There's one where you're under the ocean. There's still 3 lanes, but for some reason, the pup treats only spawn in the middle and left lane, which makes it just a back and forth, ignore the right lane type thing. So there is like glitches or whatever to make it easier, but that still does not justify the issue of I have to do this mini game 24 times, and that's not even counting the mission mini games where I'll have to redo the mission if I miss any. Oh my god, I hate this game. Now, mixed with if you miss this mini game, even in the mini game section, you can't hit restart. You miss one, you now have to load out of the game, which again, bad load times. So you're sitting there for what feels like an eternity just to get to the main menu to load back into this game, which feels like an eternity. And it's just horrendous. It's absolutely awful. Now let's jump back into the campaign of this game. Now, first mission, they show you how to do things. Each character has a significant ability to where they can drill holes, chop wood, do whatever, you know. And whenever I first did it, they're like, oh, here, we're going to tell you how to do it and what buttons to press. You're like, okay, understandable. Now I was replaying that mission because I missed something during the minigame because I didn't know about this minigame yet. So I had to replay the mission, as I did all of them. As I'm walking into this mission again, I was like, oh, okay. Walked up to the thing, and it showed me the tutorial again. And I was like, oh, well, I guess it is the first mission I did replay. Maybe they didn't calculate that I already know how to do it because I restarted the mission. Understandable. Now, later on, like, mission 7, you play with the same dog. And I gotta be honest, this is towards the end of the game, and I played with all of the dogs. I know all of their abilities. I know how to use them. And they make you play on, I think, the last mission as every dog. And you have to use every ability. And because it's the end level, you've played with all these dogs and you know their abilities. They still show you the tutorials. Yes, every time you use their ability, they tell you how to use the ability. And you can't skip it. You can't skip the cutscenes on the missions in case you miss one. You have to reload it. So not only are you dredging through tutorials, you now have to watch a cutscene and tutorials and loading screens. It's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. It is absolute garbage. It's like, who cares? It's a kid's game, you know? Money, parents will buy it. They'll spend money just to be like, here you go. You love Paw Patrol. Play this game. It's Paw Patrol, you know? Who cares what it actually is? It's a Paw Patrol game. Just buy it, you know? I will say, they didn't do this before. And before, what I mean is we're talking about the good one of Paw Patrol. The reason my opinion has changed on Paw Patrol. So, they made one called Paw Patrol Mighty Pup Save Adventure Bay. And I gotta be honest, I downloaded it and I was expecting another just shit show. This game is significantly better than the first one. We get into the game, and I learned the tutorial. And after this, the tutorials are gone. There is no tutorials anymore. Wow, it's crazy. You know, they've learned how to do tutorials. Okay. Also, on these cutscenes that they're playing, I can hold the B button, and I can skip through cutscenes. No matter how many times I can skip through cutscenes. Okay, that's beneficial. That's beneficial. Okay. What about the mini games? Okay, there is a Subway Surfer-esque mini game. It's called Liberty Takes to the Sky. However, she's not in a helicopter. She's in a jetpack, and we'll get to that in a minute as well. This jetpack mini game is in 2 missions, separate missions. So it's not all of the missions. It's just 2 of them. All right, and they're right at the beginning. So that way, if you miss one, you can just restart, which, yes, there's no restart button. They never fixed that. But load times are better, so you can load out, load back in. And then, yes, there's a mini game of this in the mini game section, and there's 4 levels. 2 with one map and 2 with the other. And they're not hard. They're not crazy difficult. They're very slow, very easy to do. I don't think I had to replay any of them. Very simple, very easy. Okay, so they nailed it. The only thing they're missing here is a restart button. Okay, all right. Well, also, both these games, because I'm an achievement hunter and I'm playing for achievements, both of these games require you to get all the pup treats from everything, mini games and story. And this game has counters to where they go, oh, you got this many pup treats from this mini game. Or you got the max, and it shows a progress bar. The mini game becomes gold if you have all the treats, and it shows it for each individual mini game. And at first I was like, oh, okay. The other game, the movie, does not have these counters, and they have way more pup treats because the movie, once you get 30,000 pup treats, to whereas the Mighty Pup Save Adventure Bay game, it has 7,000 pup treats. Massively different, very big different number. And the one with the smaller count has a counter on the mini games for some reason. I don't know. I don't get that. So the only issue I got with both these games is there's no checkpoints and there's no reset. Now, I know what you're saying. You're a grown man. Who cares? Just replay the mission. I did. However, these games are made for children. You got to keep a child in mind. If you're going to have a game with long load times, don't make it a child's game because the child's going to get bored and walk away. All right? I don't get that. Oh, it's a child's game? You should probably put checkpoints in it because they're going to die a lot. They're going to get the game to crash because somehow they're gonna. They're children. Anyway, moral of the point is Paw Patrol, the movie, the video game, fucking sucks. They could have fixed it. And Mighty Pup Save Adventure Bay is a banger of a video game. Now, here's where the big reveal is. You know, I've been shitting on one and praising the other. And I got to tell you this. The good one, the Mighty Pup Save Adventure Bay, the release date for that game was in 2020. Okay? Now, the release date for the movie, the bad one, the awful video game, 2021. Which means the bad one came after the good one. Which means they made a conscious decision to make a game with a counter. Make a game with better load times. Make an all-around okay game. And then they went, well, let's make another game, but just make it horrendously bad. Remove the counters. Remove the good load times. Just fucking ruin it, all right? Oh, and take the worst minigame we have and make them play it 24 times outside of the campaigns and then make them play it every campaign mission. Throw it in between missions. Make it at the end of the mission. I don't care. Just fucking ruin it. Like, they made the conscious decision to do that. It's not like they're low on money. In case you don't know, Paw Patrol makes $1 billion annually. That's not once. That's every year. They go, oh, we got $1 billion. They can afford it. All right. It's not like they made the first game and went, whoa, that broke our budget. We're going to have to cut back on the second game. They made the first game and probably made profit, if I'm being honest. They could have improved some things, but they went the opposite of it. I'm cool with the game staying the same. Good. You found a thing and it works. Don't ruin it. Anyway, now, to be fair, this is me rambling about a children's game, 2 children's games of that. But the thing I'm saying is if they release a Paw Patrol game this year, which they might have already, I don't know, it's probably going to be worse than the movie because they're just working backwards. It's evolving backwards, as a wise man once said. And I got to be real with you. This has been the bullshit of Paw Patrol. When I was playing the movie, I wanted to hurt Keith Chapman. And then I discovered Keith Chapman's done a lot of other stuff. And then I've decided I don't think Keith Chapman did make this game awful. I think the company made this game awful. I feel like Keith Chapman just made a lovable dog character and went, look, dog. Now, so I'm going to slide Keith Chapman to the side. And I was like, you know what, Keith Chapman, you okay. The company that made this game, though, I'm going to attack you. Probably. This has been me ranting about Paw Patrol with Paw Patrol on in the background. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, why are you watching this far? This has been like a 20-minute video of me talking about Paw Patrol. And you watched the whole thing? You can't complain. You just sat here and watched me rant about Paw Patrol. You're in the wrong. I'm in the wrong. They're in the wrong. Everyone's in the wrong. This video sucks. You suck. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please check out some of the other things I do. I go insane here while playing Power Washer. Check that out. That's a good video. Either way, thank you for watching again. And hopefully, I'll see you in something that's not me ranting. Bye.